Hi guys, I'm Kim and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. In today's video, I am going to go through my July budget with you. So we're going to go through all of the expenses, where we went over, where we went under. Spoiler alert, we didn't really go under anywhere. We completely blew the budget this month. But yeah, come have a look and see what we did, see how much we overspent, see how much extra income we brought in for the month. And yes, hopefully that you enjoy this one. All right, so let's get started with my July wrap up. Yeah, this has been a good and a bad month. Good because of extra income, and bad because we way overspent in some categories. So I'm going to run you everything that was budgeted, what we actually spent and what the difference is, and I'll give you a little bit of a chat as to how we ended up where we are. So the planned income for the month for myself was $4,799, and that's exactly what I bought in. Once again, beauty of being on salary, you know exactly what's happening. Ben was planned to bring in $4,400. He actually brought in $5,057.95, which was $657.95 more than planned. So that is nice. He has been on night shift for almost the whole month of July though, hence the extra income, because you get some shift loading. Now we planned no other income. Now we ended up with $8,352.81 in extra income. Now let me break this down for you. So it's a bittersweet thing. Unfortunately, we had a family member pass away earlier in the year, and $5,000 of that was an inheritance that was willed to my husband. Now the other portion of it was our tax returns. So my tax return portion was $1,998.81, and Ben's tax return was $1,354. Now our tax returns aren't normally this high. It's only because of the current government rebate they're having, where you get $1,500 back as like a tax relief. I can't remember what it's called right now. If you're in Australia, you'll know what I'm talking about for low to middle income earners. So we budgeted to bring in $9,199 for the month. However, we actually brought in $18,209.76. So this month we brought in $9,010.76 more than planned. So I'm going to show you what we did with that. So the planned mortgage for the month was $1,444, and we actually spent $1,452 because the interest rate rise just kicked in and our last payment was slightly more, but I will carry that over for the following months. So that was $8 more than what we planned. My car loan was $409. We spent $409. Ben's car loan was $320. Extra towards savings was $600. Extra towards my super was $40, and extra towards Ben's super was $40. Now we did $43.48 towards our work shares program. We invested a further $50, and our electricity was $80 for the month. Water was $60 for the month. Council rates were $200 for the month. Foxtel and internet was $240. My phone was $144. Ben's phone was $51. Now for our insurances and registrations, so health insurance was $84. The home insurance was $127.25. Car insurance was $56.75. Ben's car insurance was $70.74. My car registration was $46.66. Ben's car registration was also $46.66. So let's move on to the subscriptions. So the subscriptions for the month was nothing for Adobe Lightroom, $6.99 for Amazon Prime, $14.99 for Apple iCloud, $4 for Catch of the Day, $11.99 for Google Play, $15.99 for Netflix, $11.99 for Spotify, $14 for Stan, $15.95 for Xbox. Now, this is where it starts getting messy. So, the living and variable expenses for the month. So we budgeted $200 for the month. However, we actually spent $240.01, which is $40.01 more than planned. Groceries, we budgeted $1,150. We spent $8,000. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if I spent that? $862.90, which was under budget by $287.10 for the month. But as far as being under for the month, that's the only place we were under. Now, this is where I'm really disappointed in ourselves, but I can talk to why it happened. So we budgeted to spend $300 for the month on dining and takeout. We actually spent $787.37. I know, it's ridiculous. So we spent $487.37 more than what we budgeted for. So I was really, really disappointed, but then I looked back at the month we'd had and I was kind to us because unfortunately this month we actually we had a miscarriage and it was really drawn out. I've had to take a lot of time off work. Things just didn't happen quickly. It was very slow and ended up in surgery. So just because emotions were running hot, things just weren't going to plan. I didn't want to cook. Ben was on night shift. I was in a lot of pain. Ended up in hospital. Just bought a lot of food that was quick and convenient. So yeah, and also comfort food. And it helped, and it did make things easier for those few weeks where we were going through all of that. But it's a huge overspend. So the entertainment for the month, we budgeted $50. We spent $70.37, which was $20.37 more than planned. For our medical, budgeted $100 and spent $148.84, which was $48.84 more. Gardening was $33 planned, spent $30, so we were $3 under budget there. Budgeted $50 for the dogs for the month, but ended up spending $84, so that's $34 more than budgeted. Now, splurge money. So budgeted our splurge for $920 for the month, but we actually ended up contributing $4,332.81 to our splurge, which was $3,412.81 more than budgeted. But let me explain why. So if you've watched previous videos, you'll understand how we manage our splurge, but I'll just quickly run through it again. So we take 10% of our income and we give that to each other to spend on whatever we want, whenever we want. So when I say 10%, I mean 10% total. So we get 5% of our income each. So 5% of that for the month was $920. And what actually happened this month was when the tax return came back, we had a little bit of a chat and we decided that instead of putting our tax return straight into savings, that we would put it into our splurge accounts for some fun money for ourselves, for us to treat ourselves and do something nice, or buy something for the other person. Just, yeah, we were ahead in our savings, and it was unplanned money that we didn't plan on having, and our splurge accounts were running a little bit low because we've been saving for other things that are upcoming later in the year, and we thought, you know what, why not? We're ahead in savings, we've had a rough month, and it would just be nice to have a little bit of extra cash to do with as we please. And we only did this because we're in a position where we're fortunate enough that we can do that. We planned to spend $7,152.44 for the month. We actually ended up spending, when I say spending, we didn't actually spend it all, it's just money was transferred for the splurge money, $10,913.74. So we overspent by $3,761.30. Now, majority of this was made up from the extra splurge contributions, as well as the takeaway. Now, after having a chat with my husband, we have decided that we will be removing the medical line from the daily expenses, and we're going to move it down into the sinking funds. So you will see that in months to come. So we planned to contribute $2,046.56 to our savings this month, and we actually ended up contributing $7,296.02, which was $5,249.46 more than what we'd planned. So yeah, we were ahead of ourselves anyway, and yeah, we're pretty happy with where we're at considering the month that we've had. Now let's move on to the sinking funds. All right, so we budgeted to save this, and we automatically save $600 transferred through as extra fund savings. So the actual funds saved for the whole month was $7,896.02, and that was made up of the budgeted savings, the extra fund savings, as well as the inheritance. So now I'm going to talk you through how we split it up and where we allocated it into our sinking funds. So our emergency savings are $15,000. That was already at its capacity, and we didn't have to add anything to that. Now, as I mentioned above, we had a miscarriage, and I lied to you last month. I told you that we'd spent money from our emergency funds, but I actually hadn't. We'd actually spent money from the nursery fund because we had started to purchase some things for our little baby. So we had this account maxed out. It was at $10,000. The reason it's currently at $6,594.45 is because we had purchased some items to start setting up the nursery, and it was mid-year sales, and it seemed like a really good idea. But it's okay, we've got that stuff now for the future, and we're really excited for when that happens. But we also did spend this month, before we found out, an additional $254.23 towards the nursery. So that gives us a total of $6,340.22 remaining in our nursery fund. If you are interested at all to hear about a little bit more about the miscarriage story, or if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I am considering making a video on it, just to have a chat and put it out there, and just sort of let people know, you know, what happened and what our experience was. So with the maternity leave fund, we want to have $20,000 for that. We had $5,473.15, and we decided to add an additional $3,000, which now puts us up to $8,473.15 for the month. For our trip to Melbourne, we added an additional $2,500, which bumped us up to $4,471.44. Now, we're not going to Melbourne till October, so we still have a couple of months to keep putting funds away for that trip. So we're very excited that we have almost reached that goal. I added this one in recently. If things go to plan, we should be going to Thailand in 2023. We are allocating $8,000 for that trip, and we haven't added anything into it because we're not quite ready to start actually saving for that holiday until we've been on our Melbourne trip. Our miscellaneous line, I added $1,446.02, and we spent $750.62 from that fund this month, leaving us with $795.40. The medical, we added an additional $350 to for the month, giving us a total expense of $650, not total expense, giving us a total of $650 in that fund. I added $200 to our gifts fund, giving us $628.03 in that fund. We actually didn't have to buy any gifts this month, so yeah, that was nice, but I do have some stuff to purchase in August because I have 2 birthdays and I've got a friend who's having a baby, so I am going to organise her gift for when the baby arrives. So Christmas, I decided to start saving for this, so I chucked $400 in there, and we currently have $400. I like to normally start doing my Christmas shopping from July onwards. I'm a really organised person, and I just find it so much easier than trying to rush and get it all done in like November and December. Car maintenance for the month. Didn't add any funds to this because it was already at capacity, but my car had a very expensive service, which was $908.50, leaving us with $591.50 in that fund. And most of that will be getting used next month because Ben's car is due for a service. So we started at the start of the month with our sinking funds at $31,367.07. We added $7,896.02. We spent $1,913.35, and we currently have $37,349.74 in our sinking funds account. Now, sinking funds account is all just in one account. I don't have a separate account for each of these line items. I just track it on this spreadsheet and I know exactly what we have available in each single fund. Now we can just have a little look here at the budget summary, and this is just a breakdown of the actual costs for each category and the percentage of what the funds actually were for the month. So this month we spent 12.04% on debt, which looks really small because obviously we had such an extra income that went in towards our other and sinkings funds, so that explains why. 4.27% into investing and extra contributions, 4.27% into utilities, insurance and registrations was 2.39%, subscriptions were 0.53%, daily living expenses was 12.28%, other expenses were 23.93%, and our sinking funds with a whopping 40.29% this month. And that is the wrap up for July 2022. I hope that you enjoyed seeing where all of our money went for the month. I hope that's inspired you to start budgeting if you haven't already, and I also hope that you've learnt from our bad spending habits. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring that little bell. That way you'll get notified of any future videos. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Until next time, bye guys.